What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike and Brock.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Brock, and tonight we are joined by Thomas Keene once again.
TK?
TK in the house.
In the house.
And today we'll be talking about the Demons of Hydra. Demon and Hydra. It's just put of between their names, and that's their team name.
Yep. Great way to do it. In my opinion, one of the best gimmicks in all of wrestling.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I loved it when the Killer Bees did it.
Yep.
I was a big Killer Bees, fan back in like '86 when they started doing it.
Yeah, and it was revolutionary too in the game because they're the first ones that can do the switch.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Can anybody else do it now, or are they the only ones?
Actually, when they progressed, they could do it as well, but it wasn't as easy, I think. So, I think they might have been the only ones. Not that there's been a lot of mass wrestlers in EWF history, so.
Yeah, there's only about 30 of them, so.
30? Okay.
I'm just pulling up their wiki page here. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. What did these guys do for you there, Thomas?
Oh, they were awesome. They held the Galaxian equivalent 5 times, and I called it the Interstellar. I never know why I called it Interstellar rather than the Galactic or whatever, but I think 6 or 7 times as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're up there banging heads with the big boys. So, and I really like their gimmick, so that's probably why they're pushed. So, but see, I think they won the Galactic Cup once before it got renamed. Simply, they did absolutely nothing, so, which is expected.
Yeah, they didn't have very singles friendly cards.
No.
How about you?
What about you, Brock?
I just remember having fun with the switch mechanic. This is during my dark time where I was playing really quick, so not a whole lot of history. But yeah, I just remember being really excited because I always like masked guys too, like you guys had already said. Mm-hmm. And this was fun that they had the switch mechanic because it just added another layer to the game that was new at the time. So anything that was the first, I always appreciated.
And then the first time didn't they have you had to roll for different I think later they had a number to roll or something like that.
Yeah. For me, as Demon and Hydra, they're 3-time Intergalaxian Tag Team Champions. They captured 2 more as the Demons of Hydrax, but that's later. that's their upgrade. And then Hydra actually captured a singles title for me on a fluke.
Oh, nice.
Because I have what's called I called it my planetary or Galaxian title, which is because I give all my wrestlers points 1 through 5, and he was just given a title match because they didn't have a lot of guys, just as kind of like a feeder for a new champion. And he upset the guy.
Oh, that's the way it goes. Always the feeder. Always the feeder. It never fails.
So and every time. I can't remember who it was, but it was, and I was shocked. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, dude, those feeder things will kill your champs. So I had like the gladiators facing the Grit and Scimitar, and Grit and Scimitar won. So I don't do feeders anymore because titles change too easy.
Yep, every time.
Every time.
I wonder if we ran the stats on that, if we could figure out how much better these guys get when they're put into a role where they're designed to lose just
Yeah.
throughout the game. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It happens all the time to me.
Yep.
Well, that's one thing that makes the game interesting, is
Oh yeah.
The warm up guy or the the feeder guy upsetting someone.
It's a shoot, brother.
Yeah. Like you look at Pete Beck and Death Knight winning his heavyweight title, which is wrong on so many levels, but it
yeah, definitely wrong.
But it's cool.
Yep.
It's cool at the same time.
Like I know my biggest, upsets like that would have been like Battering Ram, winning the heavyweight title.
Yeah.
He was not he was not a heavyweight contender, but he got a title shot and he made the most of it and won the damn thing.
Yeah. Along that lines, Prodigy during the CPC days, he had the interplanetary, both cruiserweights, and I don't know, he put Mutant against them as a double DQ, so I had near slaughter, I had Prodigy against Mutant, and Mutant won and became interplanetary champion. So then quickly lost it. So, but yeah. You never know when the upsets are going to hit you.
Mm-mm. But it's most inconvenient usually.
Oh, yeah.
When you're trying to get a guy some momentum and you throw a guy in front of him that's just there to lose.
Yep.
He almost always wins for me.
So yeah, but one loss record, it didn't too bad. So they got better when they became the Ninja Assassins, but spoilers, it actually wasn't Genghis Khan and Masuku. Sorry.
That was an interesting idea that Tom put out there.
It was. I think they announced it through the promoter or something like that it actually wasn't them. I think Genghis Khan was seen at the airport or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah. So.
That's a nice little red herring, though.
Yeah.
It was kept around for a couple years.
Yeah.
And if it would have been true, that would have been huge upgrades.
Yeah.
So yeah. Genghis Khan and Mitsuku didn't do very well for the team. And I was excited, thinking, "Oh, they got upgrades," and then
you're playing it as them.
Yeah, because that's kind of what I was led on to believe.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was a neat part of the story that Tom put in there just to throw people, and because they did disappear, so it gives them an out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're working the indies.
Yep.
Indies probably wouldn't take them. So, go ahead. Sorry.
It's funny. In 10 years, they only won one feud.
Yeah. Who's that against?
They beat Lord Nexus and Ursa Major.
Really?
1 out of 3 times.
Huh.
They got a couple draws. Like they drew against Viper and Ursa Major the year after because Nexus had retired.
Yeah.
And they drew against the Greek gods.
So was that Ursa Major undercard bomb or the first or second upgrade?
That's his second upgrade.
Second upgrade? Oh, his older one. Okay. That one is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, they played the classic heel. So they lose all their feud matches, but win the titles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Jay Lethal in AEW. Yeah, I don't think he's even won a match yet. So, but he gets all the title shots. So.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got incoming?
Incoming.
Watch, that's a swerve at Sam.
Quit talking about Jeff.
Yeah, I know. I love you. I love you. I love you, Sam. Who's Jeff Manning?
Who's this guy?
Fashionably late.
It's okay.
We're used to it. So
It's okay.
we're just chatting about the Demons of Hydra. I know they probably had a big thing for you. For Tom, they won like 9 different tag titles for him.
Yeah, I remember them being kind of historic in the GWF promoter, but for me personally, they really didn't do much. I was all excited because I liked reading about them, and I thought, kind of ninja gimmick kind of thing, kind of cool. And the switch, reminded me of the Killer Bees and whatnot. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. They really didn't get to use it much. They weren't very good.
Did they capture any gold for you?
Not yet. I mean, I'm in 2101 and they still haven't. So they have a switch eventually, though, right? They go from Demon and Hydra to Hydrax and what is it?
I just
Hydrax.
Yeah.
So I haven't reached there yet.
Yeah, Marcus loves them guys. So he was kind of about Demons of Hydra, and they came in and was like, I see what you're talking about now. They're awesome. So yeah, these there is intergalactic tag champions. So or interplanetary tag, sorry.
I think their switch only works on their manager distractor rating.
Yeah.
And Darko's is a 5.
5. Yep. Yep.
So he's not even as good as, an average guy coming to ringside.
Right.
Which I can't figure that out.
Probably too busy playing up to the crowd.
Yeah. He wanted the business for himself.
Yeah.
It's very theatrical.
Yep.
He was a thespian, right?
He was.
Marcos. Yeah.
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 No, I think for me, the expectations is what hurt because I thought they were going to be good. They just really weren't. I mean, they've been middle of the pack pretty much the whole time. I think they've gotten a few title shots, but I can't say more than 3 or 4 over the years, and that they've never been able to capture them. So,
yeah, I think they did so well with me is because they're in my middle promotion, so they're in with a lot of mid card guys, so they're doing better.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and if I had a secondary tag title, they'd probably have some gold at some point, but I don't. So,
You should get a secondary tag title.
I don't like the
You should.
oversaturation of belts. That's a whole nother discussion.
So you're not an AEW fan?
No, I mean, I like AEW, but I think that too many belts is detrimental to the importance of belts. I think you can be an astounding character without having a belt. Look at guys like Ted DiBiase, although he made his own belt.
Right.
Guys that had long runs that they didn't have to have. Jake the Snake Roberts, like you can get over without having a belt. Like Ravishing Rick Rude, like those guys do fantastic without belts. So belts just, I mean, they're a good goal, but I think that if there's too many of them, it's just too much. I mean, it's not important anymore. So I don't know. I doubt I'll ever bring in a secondary tag team title. I just don't feel the need.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead. Good.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just thinking that was something that when I came back to playing more frequently, when I started back in 2095, once I was, I'd already played 2074 to 2094, I had to accept the fact that I wasn't going to play as many tag matches, that it just wasn't feasible for me because the more tag matches I played, the longer it took me to get through a card.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of came to this understanding that tag teams don't get a lot of time. And I remember going back to I was at a Q&A once with the Headbangers, and they were talking about how the questionable decision is, do you become a tag team? Because you know that most promoters are only going to book 1 tag team match per card, because the other ones might be singles guys that are teaming together or something like that to build a storyline, but you're probably going to get 1 tag team match on a card. And if you're an independent wrestler, you're trying to get on the card, you've now lowered your chances of getting booked. So I felt like in my Fed, why not? I'm like, I don't need to push these guys. Every team doesn't have to have an equal amount of matches or equal amount of TV time. Some of them just aren't that interesting. I did the Broc Atkinson. I was like, they're all lost in the shuffle. They have their spurts, though.
It's a strategy. Getting off.
Plus, during a period of time for the GWF, it was kind of painful for someone to go through the tag ranks. I mean, you get like the Norse gods against cosmic forces, and like somehow Matter and Man Mountain get in the ring. It's might as well forget it. He'll be there all day, But I think they're so successful because at that time I was playing a lot, so because I was homesick and couldn't work and all that, so I just played and I played and I played. It kept my mind off where I was at. So And then if you play enough, you're gonna hit gold eventually. So, I mean,
Yeah, it's true. If you have, but I think there are some teams like, if Jeff doesn't use the reason I use the secondary tag titles because my Fed was based on old NWA.
Mhm.
Well, that and during like the CPC years, there's like 26, 27, 28 tag teams somewhere around there. It's I've always felt that many should have a second, although technically you have the CPC tag, but like so if the talent is there, I figure to have another one, but each his own. So.
I think at 12 teams, you could always have a second. I think as long as there's 5 contenders to each title, you can make a secondary. That's just, to me, that's standard. I'm fine with that. I just think that me personally, I don't like the oversaturation. I know people that have the heavy metal title, or the hardcore version of their title. I know guys that have, TV titles where there's a title that's defended on every show, which I appreciated that in WCW, like especially with the Booker T run and stuff like that against Chris Benoit and whatnot. But it just, when I'm booking personally, I don't care for it. I think there's other storylines you can do with things without the titles. I want the titles to seem ultra important.
I tried the TV title. It didn't work out very well. It's a hot potato.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I'm a big fan of longer title reigns too.
Yeah, I am too.
So to have a title that's defended every show to me would probably be kind of annoying and anticlimactic to me.
Yeah, what
Makes sense.
what my youngest does is he'll have a champion face off against somebody in a non-title, and if they beat him in a non-title, then they'll get a title match. So, and then if they beat the champion, then they'll have to face the former champion in a rematch, and then after that, it's done, and then you just get in the back of the line. So it works out for him, although he has some really long title reigns, So I think Pegasus has held it for 5 years or something like that. Oh, Pegasus is disgusting.
I just got to upgraded Pegasus.
Yeah, yeah, it's rough. So yeah, but that seems to work. I kind of use that in my Legends Fed before I put it on hold. So
I have a lot of trouble booking title matches on non like pay-per-view or supercard events too. Like I know a lot of people that throw them in there here and there because it fits a storyline, and I appreciate that, but I'm very systematic in what I do. And unfortunately it can be a downfall too, but I have trouble with that. Like sometimes I'm like, ooh, it'd be really cool to have him defend the title there, but I'm like, I really don't want him to defend the title on my weekly show. Like,
yeah,
so that goes to the same vein of my thought process of how important the title is. I'm a big fan of, the champs don't wrestle on weekly shows. Now, I don't do that entirely in my Fed. I do mix it up and have non-title matches here and there, but I understand why you wouldn't. I feel like I know it doesn't bring the fans into the weekly shows then. I mean, but I'm the Hulk Hogan era. I was like, I didn't expect to see Hulk Hogan on every show. As long as he was on the bigger cards, I was fine with it. You just got to have a promo or make an appearance or have an interaction.
Right.
Yeah, like the first time I ever saw Hogan wrestle live, it was after he lost the title to Ultimate Warrior, and he was fighting Mr. Perfect for the Intercontinental title. It was just weird watching him, challenge for a title, and he had Mr. T in his. It was in Hamilton. He had Mr. T in his corner.
Guaranteed that was a Hogan win by DQ.
oh yeah.
That was a Hogan win by DQ because the genius interfered.
Oh yes,
he was the villain of the week.
Gotta love Lanny.
So Jeff, you use your champion kind of like MJF. I love how they do MJF. He only wrestles when he has to absolutely positively wrestle. So,
yeah, and I like that. I mean, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I like the bloodline too. I like how Roman kind of throws obstacles in your way so he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Like it's interesting how I know we veer around topics, but when you only have one tag team title, that probably 80% of your tag teams aren't ever going to capture gold, so they're just going to be, that literally lost in the shuffle. They don't have any careers. They're never going to be a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but I think that's fair. I mean, it is what it is. I think 80% of singles wrestlers will never make my Hall of Fame, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of them probably won't ever hold gold. The tag team, I tried to do, I do my Ring Warrior tournament, which is my version of the King of the Ring. I tried to do that with the tag division, and I called it the Guardian Cup based on how Omega and Morpheus saved the GWF when they ran off Dorado Sundown. And it lasted about 3 or 4 years. And I was like, man, this is tiring. And I couldn't do it. And it was simple. It was only an 8-team tournament. But I was like, man, it just took me so long, I felt like. And I was like, I'm not enjoying this. So, and my number one rule in here, none of us are wrong. We all know this. You're the promoter. It's up to you, promoter. I wasn't enjoying it. So I'm like, I'm going to scrap that idea. So I have a history of like 4 or 5 years where I had that Guardian Cup. And there are winners listed if you look at my title history. But it's like, yeah, that went to the wayside.
I get it.
You're all wrong, and my way's right. I did the same thing with the Jamie Wilson Memorial Cup, and this is the only time of the year I do a tag tournament. So
Yeah, I love tag teams. They're one of my favorite things that I've done. Like I even have a 64-man tag tournament, and hearing now that Jeff got tired after 8 teams.
And
Yeah,
it'll take you forever.
You play my full length of the Guardian Cup in 5 years in your 1 year of tournaments.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna do that ever again.
I do it. I set aside 2 weeks out of my year, and I hold these 2 big tournaments. I hold a 128-man tag singles tournament and a 64-man tag tournament. It's a 2-week extravaganza. Spread it.
So the question is, do you allow DQs in the tournaments and countouts?
Yep, DQs and countouts happen.
See, that I think that's the problem with being tag, because if you allow DQs, and I don't like DQs in the tournament especially, there's a lot of them when you do tags.
Yeah. In tournaments, I don't do the DQ from out of the ring. So if there's like finishers or whatever, I do it that way. So.
I don't know how we got here from Demons of Hydra. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. It's all good.
I pop in late and ruin everything. You're like, I had this storyboard where we're going to go tonight, and he went.
It's all good.
So how would you power creep the Demons of Hydra?
Oh, well, for one, make them have a better manager.
Yeah.
If you could get that distractor rating to at least a 7, that'd be amazing. And with the switch working more often.
Mm-hmm. I would have to switch to a down as well instead of just how it's on the pin. Leave it at what it is now, the 6 or less with the distraction, but add a second chance for each guy.
That might be a little crazy, but it could work.
I mean, if the Bellas can do it, so can the Demons of Hydra.
True, but they were identical twins.
Damn it, I forgot about the Bellas.
Identical. They were not identical. You could tell them apart easily.
Later on.
Yeah.
Personal trivia, I was at their debut.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, and I called it right away. I was like, they're doing the twin switch.
Twin magic. I still go back to Killer Bees, though. I mean, that was the first team I remember doing it when they went to the masks and, jumping Jim Brunzel and
cheating jerks.
Yeah, they were good guys, though.
I know, right?
That's what got it over huge.
Yeah, B. Brian Blair and Jumpin' Jim Brunzel. And I don't think they ever held titles, not in WWF. They were always up there for a while.
They were, well, according to Brian, they were supposed to get the tag titles, but some backstage shenanigans happened, and which happens in all the feds. But how would you upgrade them, Thomas?
Better distraction rating. I mean, maybe you go, like they said, when the Ninja Assassins, you get it on a down rather than once per match or whatever. So that's pretty much all I can think of. And Jeff took my pick. Should have contacted me on that before you said that.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna give him a better tag finish.
Was it a +3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? I thought it was a +2. Sorry, my bad.
I mean, you can still power creep it. There are teams that have +4s.
That is true.
Yeah.
Maybe give him a singles finisher then too, along with it.
Yeah, they do that eventually. So,
What's their next name? I don't remember. Sorry.
Assassins. It's Hydrax and Demon. They get Iron Hand Strike, and I forget their tag finisher.
They become ninja assassins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they become really good. So
Yeah. Maybe they'll get there for me. Maybe they'll hold gold eventually.
yeah.
Okay, just to mix things up because we have 3 Americans on the list. I was going to give you guys.
What's that supposed to mean?
Low profiling.
What do you mean, you guys?
You guys.
I was going to give you guys some Canadian slang and see if you can decipher it.
Uh-oh.
Oh man. Are you gonna add A's at the end of everything?
No.
You know that
Aw.
Canada was originally just supposed to be called CND, right?
Yeah, I know. A, yeah.
CANADA.
So I'll start off with Brock.
Okay.
What's a Canadian tuxedo?
Oh, wait, I seen this one. How
I know this one. Come on, Brock. Don't let us down.
A hockey jersey.
No.
One of you 2 other guys?
Oh no.
It's an all denim outfit. And actually the Olympic team came out of them at the opening ceremony one year about what was it, 4 or 6 years ago or something like that.
Blue
Oh,
jeans
yeah.
and jean jacket.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. And you can always find the classic Bret Hart photo of him wearing the Canadian tuxedo standing on the rocks. Like,
Yeah, with the pink shirt with this collar up.
yeah. I'm disappointed in you, Brock.
Okay, here's an easy one for Thomas. What's a house coat?
House coat? Isn't that the robe?
Yeah, it's a bathrobe.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that one.
Ding, 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 ding. You
Good
win a
job.
loony.
Yay! I won a Canadian dollar.
That's like 10 cents.
That's like 97 cents.
They're not that far off.
Okay, Jeff, what's a freezy?
I assume that's like a slushy, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like an ice slush.
I got a dirty answer for that one.
Oh gosh. Who invited this guy?
Yeah, I know Brock knows what this one is, so I'm going to give it to Thomas. What's KD?
AD?
KD.
I don't know.
It's a staple in Canada for meals.
What? A staple? What is it?
Should I say?
Yep.
Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Why don't you just call it mac and cheese?
Or the blue box.
Oh, the blue box. That's dirty.
We call it KD. Kraft dinner.
Ah,
I thought you were just really in love with the singer, Katie Lang. I don't know.
That too.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, no, I don't think that's it.
You never know with those Canucks.
Yeah.
It's either that or Nickelback.
Oh.
Oh, I'd rather have the blue
Sitting
box.
front row wearing a Canadian tuxedo. Woo!
Okay, Jeff.
Yes.
What do Canadians call napkins?
Shoot. I'm gonna just throw something out there, but I doubt it's right. I'm gonna call it a wipey
No.
because it sounds Canadian.
A
I have
lunch-
no idea.
A nappy?
a
No.
lunch towel.
We call them serviettes.
Serviettes.
That's just the French in you. Stop it.
Yeah.
That's only in Quebec.
Yeah.
That's real Canada.
Here's one to mess with your head. What do we call colored pencils?
Crayons.
I'm gonna go with crayons.
You're so close.
Markers?
Crayola.
We call them pencil crayons.
Oh, I think we should get it for crayons.
Yeah. Yeah. Half point.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, Brock.
Okay.
If you talk to a Canadian, what's a dart?
A car.
A dart.
Like a Dodge Dart? I have no idea.
What Canadians call a cigarette.
Oh.
Dart. How are you guys not getting this?
Galacticon's always in America. Sorry.
Yeah. I've been a Canada card or whatever. Canada card. Hey,
Here's one I'm going to give to Thomas Keene. We have a slang up here, and if someone's called a keener, what does it mean?
smart ass.
You're kind of close. It means they're a suck up.
Oh,
Brown
I'm
nose.
stealing that one.
Call them a keener.
Keener.
Need to go on the message board and just like everything so that way we can make you officially a keener.
And you know what we call knapsacks, don't you? What's a knapsack?
Nappy.
that's like a.
Hopefully it's not sacky. We're
I'm
just
gonna keep
adding.
using that.
We keep adding an E on it. We need to add an A.
Yeah,
A Napa.
we're doing it wrong.
Napa.
A knapsack is a backpack.
Oh, come on. That's
Who
we call
uses
it,
a
we call it a
knapsack?
backpack. Yeah. We call it a backpack.
Mhm.
You yell at my kids every morning, got your backpack? I mean,
Yep.
Well, the work week's only like 3 hours there. They probably get the backpack and take a nap on it and call it a nap. It's like a pillow inside.
What's a Mickey?
it's that type of beer.
Oh, dude, I used to drink Mickey. Like,
I've had Mickey's.
40-ounce bottles, dude. Old college days, green days.
Had a bumblebee on it, and you read the
Yeah.
cap, and it would have some funny definition on it.
Yep.
Probably Canadian
In
definitions.
Canada,
I've sprayed
Mickey's
it.
a 13-ounce bottle of liquor.
Oh.
What?
Something you get at the beer store.
It's a single serving.
Nice.
I'm half right.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff.
Oh.
What's gitch?
Gitch? Sounds like dirty underwear. I don't know.
Ew.
It's just underwear.
Hey,
It counts. He
I
got
was
it.
close. I mean,
What?
chances
dirty
are if you
underwear?
put them on, they're dirty.
Judges say he got it.
Bing, bing, bing. I get a toonie.
Here's
Lightning round.
Here's one that Brock and Jeff might get. But what's a 2-4?
Oh yeah, we've talked about this one.
2-4.
I know this one. I remember this one.
It's a tall boy.
Come on, Brock. I think all our thoughts get lost in his shuffle too. All our comments.
Buy
Jeff
one, get
knows
one
this
free.
because he's roomed with me many a time.
Yep.
I have brought these to the U.S.
24
2-4?
ounce.
A 2-4 is what you guys call.
That's just what you said anyway. It's 24 hours. You said a tall beer. That's not right. You already said that.
Tall boy.
Not
2-4
tall,
is-
but a lot of them.
A 24 pack.
Yeah.
It's a 24
case.
pack of beer. We just called it 2-4.
Case is
And-
much easier to say.
It is. Oh, you mean a case? Huh?
And a Chesterfield. What's a Chesterfield?
Sounds like a gun.
Uh,
Actually, aren't there like drawers or something like a
yeah. Like a
on wall called
dresser.
a Chesterfield?
It's a coach.
Chesterfield.
Chesterfield.
Chesterfield is a coach.
I'm gonna need you to send me a list of these so we can put them all in the description below, so we can educate our viewers. You can go
We're
back
growing
and
the Canadian audience.
look- Yes.
Yeah, you have to. And hoagie.
Oh, that's a sub.
Yeah, that's a.
Sub sandwich, right?
Yeah, we use that one too.
Yeah. What?
In Canada, pogies welfare.
Oh,
You said
pogie.
hoagie.
I thought you said hoagie.
You said hoagie.
Hoagie.
Hoagie. Welfare. So that's like your po' boy.
And if somebody has a Molson muscle,
Assume they're drunk. and they're ready to fight.
Yeah,
Malt
that's the
liquor?
answer.
Sounds like malt liquor.
Beer gut.
Oh, I got one of those.
Hey!
Molson Muscle.
Well, as I said, I just thought I thought I'd throw these out.
That's fun.
Little
Yeah.
GWF trivia. Are there any Canadians in the GWF? I know
Yes.
there's Americans
Yes.
There's two.
besides Mike Fortune, obviously.
There's one.
I know who it is.
Yeah.
Anybody else know who it is?
I know who it is.
Yeah, I know what it is. Go ahead, Brock.
Is it Scion Nexus?
Yes, it is.
There you go.
From-
Impressive.
From Montreal, Quebec.
Yep.
Not even a real Canadian. He's
Is that
French.
fun?
The
one?
best kind.
Real Canadian. Well, I mean, what's a real Canadian compared to a fake Canadian?
One who can answer these questions.
I gave these questions once in Pittsburgh one time at one of those diners.
Yeah.
Nobody got it then either.
I'll have to do Pittsburgh slang for you guys. Jeff would probably get it though.
I don't want to hear any Pittsburgh slang.
You know you like the old Yinzer talk.
That's so stupid.
Okay, yeah. So real Canadians. I just like taking shots at Quebec because it's easy to do, and my future son-in-law is from Quebec. And not everybody sounds like if you watch Letterkenny, which by the looks on your faces, none of you do.
I tried. It was the worst show I ever watched on
Yeah.
television.
I've seen
Yeah.
like a skit of it.
Yeah,
about it.
Let me. This is what you're missing. That's Letterkenny.
So they're the what's that special teams coach from Waterboy?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
I'm sure it's some great Canadian humor that I just don't understand, but
It is. You just don't get it.
that's a lot of things for me. So
Lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, we got to get
Awesome.
shirts. We got to get shirts to sell that on teko.com.
yeah, lost in the shuffle. Real
Yeah.
Canadians. Guelph,
12.
established in Guelph, Ontario.
Oh man. I wonder if Guelph has their own elf on a shelf.
From Guelph,
I want a Guelph elf on a shelf. Is that a thing?
It could be
it could be a shirt
the Guelph elf on a shelf.
from Guelph.
But it's implied when you say a Guelph elf.
That's why you got to put it in there again. It's funny.
The Department of Redundancy Department.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, this is getting off the rails.
It's all because Demon and Hydra look the same.
yes. Well, one has a little goatee.
Got to bring it all back
Yeah.
together.
Look at
Yeah, they
Hydra.
actually wear, and the colorized versions online, they actually wear opposites like reds and greens.
Christmas colors.
Yeah, so you can tell that which is which. So the switch wouldn't really work.
Yeah,
No,
that wouldn't make sense.
unless the referee is really stupid.
He's colorblind.
There you go.
They only see black and white. Get it?
Yeah, there you go.
It's a ref joke. No, you can cut that one out.
Nope, we're leaving it in. We're gonna open it. We're gonna for the first time ever. We're gonna put a clip at the beginning of the show, so they know it's
Referees only see it in black and white. That's got to be a shirt somewhere, right?
coming. Yeah, we gotta make it. Is it on a referee shirt? Just like. No, this is okay. We got to wrap
Okay.
it up.
Wrap it up. Come on, you're the guy that does that.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you all for listening and watching, or however you consume our product here on YouTube. If you have not yet, please click the subscribe button below Jeff. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. All right. See, it looks like we rehearsed this. Also, while you're here, please check out all the links in our description below, including some podcasts, the official Filsinger Games podcast roll-up, the Legends team's Uncharted Territory, Lee Longpre's Dizzy Dice, the Filsinger Games fan cast from Grant, and here on YouTube, we have Solo Promoter from Grant, After Further Review, and Heartland Championship Wrestling from Dave Little. So check all those things out and give them some love and support. And if you have anything you'd like to add that you do, please let us know. We'd like to include that below as well.
And see this magic number 5. We are 5 people away from 123, which is our goal number.
Also known as one King Kong Bundy victory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just noticed I was the only one who held my left hand up.
Are you left-handed?
I am.
There you go. Unless I'm playing baseball.
Yep. I was a great first baseman because of that.
Sure you
Yeah. It's where we stick all you lefties.
It's true. And all the people, they don't want to run anywhere. So
So says Brock, the guy who peaked in grade 4th recess.
yeah, I was great.
Grade 4th. I always
Great.
Why do you guys always it's 4th grade?
Yeah. Yep. All right, we got to end this.
Good
Thanks,
night,
everybody.
Tanzania.
Okay.
See you later, Guelph.
Good night, Guelph.
Good night, Golf.
Good night, Golf.